This is a little demo of the Orange network visualization tool called NX Explorer. The way this works is we have a regain file and a modules file in our directory. I have a little Python script, gain to pajek, not sure exactly how you say that. Takes a regain file, a edge cutoff threshold. Edges with weights below this weight will be cut out. In this case I'm using 1.5, and you give it a output prefix name. In this case I'm just going to call it foo so it doesn't write over anything important. Run that. It's got a little message here. It says it skipped one vertex. So by using that threshold we eliminated one of the nodes out of the network. Alright, so the next thing to do is to run viz network, which is another little Python script. It basically just loads the two files that got created by the previous script, namely foo.tab and foo.net. Foo.net is the actual node names and edges and weights, and the tab file in this case is for node attributes or properties. You can create any kind of properties you want. It's sort of a little database to go along with all the nodes and edges. So we run this little Python script with again the prefix name that we saved things from in the previous script. Loads up the Net Explorer. Make this a little bigger so we can see more of the network. Okay, so now we can see in the node labels and tooltips the attributes or properties that are in the .tab file. These can be used for all sorts of things. In our case we're going to go with making the node color the module. So we can see we got colors now for the modules. I'm going to make our node sizes between 5 and 50. And nothing on the graph changed, but so what we'll do is we'll say we want to make the node sizes proportional to the average degree. Now we have our sizes range shown, we have the modules shown in color, and I think we might want to add maybe some labels. We can set the labels here. We'll set the labels to the node names. We don't want to show the indices, so we'll just show the node names. And we'll let tooltips, right now tooltips don't have anything, so we can add maybe, we want to know the average degree and the module number for some reason. So now we can see a tooltip, there's the average degree and the module that it belongs to. So that's sort of a range of things we can do with nodes. We can set the font size smaller. As you can see, everything changes in the graph, but I really can't do much with the graph as far as grabbing things or doing anything other than like zooming and panning and things like that. As far as layouts go, we have a drop down here. Right now there's no layout set. It's just sort of a, I guess, a random placement. We can do a random placement. You see it updates. This Fruchterman Rheingold seems to be a very popular one, and we need to set the number of iterations to run this thing so we can run it again, run it again. Yeah. These things are all connected, so might need a little better threshold for this to work any better. There's like a circular layout. Some of these other ones I've tried, they don't seem to do much of anything. MDS, maybe these have applicability in other situations, maybe directed edges or something like that. There's also an edges tab. There's a threshold here, which I don't quite understand. This will filter out anything with an edge weight greater than this number. I don't really have any need for that right now. Here's some attributes we can do for edges. I haven't done a tab file for the edges, so So that's nothing's in here for that. There's the ability to mark things. You can mark things with certain attributes, like connections that have more than the average for the neighbor has connections. Various little things here. I haven't quite seen a need for this yet. There's also selections down here at the bottom. You can select nodes and do some things with the nodes once they're selected. Not exactly sure what to do with that just yet either. It seems interesting. There's an info tab, shows us what's in the graph. You can also change certain attributes. Not exactly sure why we want to do that, but you can save the network, save the image, get a report. And then there's some things to check to optimize the layout and that sort of thing if it gets too slow. So that's basically it for the Net Explorer. I'm not exactly sure where this might be useful, maybe for visualization or just to cobble up some Python code if you're a Python coder. Okay, that's my sort of breakdown of what I know so far from the Orange network. I guess they call them modules or packages. Seems pretty cool. It would take a little more investment of time to see exactly where this would be useful, but it's worth checking out. Later.